right, hello. This is Jamie Ellis coming back again with a little more arena content. We got some Dominaria draft back, which I have to say is a favorite format of mine. This is, without question, one of my more successful draft formats here on Arena. It's one that I really associate with the summertime, and looking at this clock here, we don't have very long left to play it, so we better get one in here. This is a format that Meg and I, we on one beach vacation, we must have done like 20 of these in a week, and we really cut our teeth on the format in that time. Got to know our favorite archetypes, and it ended up being a real deep dive into the format, more than I get for a lot of these different draft formats, even for the ones I kind of end up going pretty hard on. So I really like this format, and I'm looking forward to playing some. Alright, so the rare we got, Cabal Stronghold, not really something we're super excited for. Mono Black is not really something I'm going to try to be in this format. And, this is only really going to pay you off if you have a million swamps and then a way to spend all that extra mana. So, not really hopeful for that. As far as uncommons, we have Adelice the Cinderwind, who definitely really good in Wizards, or as like a blue splash into the mono-red deck if you're particularly wizard heavy there. Other uncommons, Sorcerer's Wand, a little less overt of a payoff for being wizards. Spore Swarm is fine, it's a playable when you're Saprolings, but it's or the green-white go wide, but it's not really even better than Saproling Migration, which is a common. I mean, the instant gets you a little bit of value, but not much. These commons are along the bottom. They're pretty mediocre. Reproach is fine. Honor Guard's fine. I think I'm just going to take Adelice. This is a fairly powerful archetype enabler when you're in the wizard deck. Wow, okay. So now we have this rare, Blackblade Reforged. This card has beat the living crap out of me before, once at a PPTQ. I got to learn very quickly that I should not have passed it. That was not a good move by me. It summarily ripped me apart. So probably just going to take that. It goes into a lot of different decks. You just got to make sure you end up with a couple of legendary creatures. Even if you don't get the legendary creatures, it's not that bad. Like, sometimes games in this format go long enough that Equip 7 can still get it done. Skizzik is pretty good. Divination's quite good in this format. Vicious Offering, removal. But, I mean, this card, I hesitate to call it a bomb. It is a little deck dependent, but I think I'm still going to take it. It just, the ceiling on this card is just off the charts, so I'm going to grab it here. Okay, these are uncommons I'm not terribly excited for. Orcish Vandal, really hard to make work. Amaranthine Wall, you have to be pretty desperate for historic triggers, I think, to want to play this, and you need a big butt for 4, which you kind of need both of those things to be true. Memorial to Glory, once you're white, I'd say go ahead, but we're not white yet. Got a bunch of like medium, okay white stuff. You don't want to be white in this format if you can help it, I don't think. If you're alone at the table as a white drafter, I guess go nuts. I do like Caligo Skinwitch. It's the only black card left in here, which means maybe somebody took some black cards ahead of it. It's handy that it kind of orders the colors for you on here so you can really see what's open and what's not. And that maybe suggests the white is more open, but I think Skinwitch is a better card than any of these white things. So I think I'll take Skinwitch, kind of keep myself kind of... okay, I was going to say keep myself kind of loose and not locked in, but then we saw a Nuclear Bomb uncommon. Song of Freyalise is, at 4th pick is kind of nuts. This card is very, very, very good. It's I think one of the top 5 uncommons in the set, and like one of the better ones to take early, because when you're green, that really doesn't lock you into like a color pair. You can pretty easily, especially since this card helps you fix, you can easily be like a 3 or even 4 color combination. The only thing that really competes with it in this pack is Cloud Reader Sphinx, which is a very nice, very solid common threat. It's kind of a bread and butter way to kill people when you're blue. You just kind of control the game until a Sphinx lands, and then it mops up for you. But I'm not going to pass up Song of Freyalise. This card is just excellent. Like, that third ability, I don't know what they were thinking with all... Whoa, another... Okay. Well, that's very much a signal. Okay, well, now it's like don't blow it mode where I'm in. Okay, well, the same logic that led us to one Song of Freyalise can happily take us to another. And now anything that makes multiple bodies is just good as gold for us. Yavimaya Sapherd, Saproling Migration. We could even end up just being like white-green and take every token maker we possibly see, even though we're not getting a ton in the way of white. So I'm certainly taking another song here. Not likely we're going to be playing all of those. Let's see, another Cloud Reader Sphinx. So we're passing a pretty healthy blue signal to the left, which means we are not going to see a ton of blue, but I'm pretty okay with that, I think. Okay, so we know green's going to be a thing with these songs. So what do we have here that's green? We have Adventurous Impulse, which is fine filler, not something I'm going to be hunting for. We have a land that makes multiple creatures, which definitely worth noting when we have song. But it is a new color. We haven't really seen a hard reason to be white yet. I'm not going to jump into that over playable green cards. Then we have Grow from the Ashes and Krosan Druid. Grow from the Ashes I like. I like that it's a kind of versatile ramp spell, even if it is always a little expensive. Sometimes you can use the mana it gives you back to do something else that turn. But the fact that I have these two songs makes me think maybe I'm just taking a green creature here. Just take the Krosan Druid and be okay with that. Okay, alright, well, so low to the ground green-white appears to be open because we have this bodyguard and we have a charge. It's a little... Yeah, there's not too much else to tempt me. The wizards have certainly not been very open. The black's been pretty closed off. So that makes me kind of want to just take bodyguard as a fast white-green option. And then we have draws where we'll be able to be like 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, 2-drop plus song, and then we're kind of going crazy. We can maybe get a charge later. I think trying to be white-green is in our interest here. Okay. So, not on the wheel yet. This is still pack 1, pick 8. Not going to take a Curator's Ward. Tragic Poet with 2 Songs of Freyalise is worth paying attention to. Like, I think I might play one of these if I could get one. I think Mammoth Spider is going to be less important than the aggressive elements of the deck, so I'm actually just going to take Knight of New Benalia over the Spider, even though I think Spider's probably overall a better card. Okay, so we really want some legends for this Blackblade Reforged. And this is going to be another reason to take less, since we're just going to grab Benelish Honor Guard here. Alright. Just trying not to... 2 Song of Freyalise is pretty crazy. I don't want to freak out and like ruin the deck. That's I think if we can keep it together, we're going to have a pretty powerful one here. Alright, more early stuff works for me. Wow, that is a lot of Knights of New Benalia. Goodness. I mean, they're 3/1s, and 3/1s definitely have their weaknesses. It might be better to balance out with a... No, there are like Knight synergies. I'm going to just grab another one of those. We're like almost mono white with songs here. We could just be like super aggressive, go as wide as possible. Man, the hits keep coming. Okay, so with Song of Freyalise, I think Marwyn the Nurturer ends up being less important because a lot of our mana ramp is going to come from these two. We're just going to like dump our hands pretty quickly and not be terribly worried about bumping up by 1 extra green. This is not... I mean, we could, like, power out a Grun the Lonely King. That's not impossible to do. Oh, and she is a legend for Blackblade Reforged and for the Honor Guards. Maybe we do take Marwyn, then. There's Spore Swarm and the Sap Herd, though. And bonus bodies when you have 2 songs. Yeah, I don't think we can justify Marwyn. I think we got to take either Swarm or Sap Herd. Sap Herd a little better on its... I think a little better on its own, but when we have a song, the Swarm is just crazy good. Yeah, okay. I think 3 bodies when I have 2 Songs of Freyalise is just a little too hard to pass up, so... A little too good to pass up, rather. So, now what? Okay, we have Sergeant at Arms, which, it's not a terribly high pick. I think we can likely wheel that. I don't think there's any real compulsion to take it here. Skittering Surveyor is significantly harder to get than Sergeant at Arms. This is like one of the more desirable commons in the format. It just goes into so many decks and enables splashes, does all kinds of good things for you. We have Eviscerate. Arvad, not really going to be what it's about in this deck. We're not about building one super powerful legend. We're trying to go as wide as we possibly can and just overwhelm that way. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do here is take Surveyor, try to wheel Sergeant at Arms. I think that is going to be my play there. Alright. Okay, we got a Gideon's Reproach. I think we're going to want... I mean, we want ways to interact, of course. That's... this isn't the most flexible removal ever. They have to involve their creature in combat, but it can be done, for sure. We still have these 2 Honor Guards that are pumped by actual nothing. Yeah, I think we're going to take Reproach. Yeah, take a Reproach. That seems correct. Okay, well now we got a legend. We have Baird, Steward of Argive, who... yeah, I think barring there being anything much better in this pack is clearly the pick. It makes our Honor Guards better, makes our Blackblade Reforged better. Yeah, seems like a no-brainer. Let's take him. Okay, more double bodies. I'm not going to say no to those. We have Call the Cavalry, generates multiple bodies. We have 2 Song. Same old song and dance as all these other picks that have been justifiable by it being multiple bodies. Okay. Eventually I'm going to end up thinking about taking one of these Tragic Poets. I still don't think I have to do it yet. I think a Mesa Unicorn seems fine. That's a pretty good one to have end up pumped. Like, this becoming a 3/3, like, lifelink is one of the biggest bumps from, like, if you can have a 2/2 that becomes a 3/3, lifelink and maybe, like, flying are probably 2 of the most impactful things you can put on such a creature. I think that means take Unicorn. I can still end up with a Poet later if I want one. Okay, this is kind of a miss. There's not much here. Invoke the Divine is reasonably playable in this format. In the main deck, and we're in Premier Draft, so everything we're drafting we're having to weigh as a main deck consideration rather than caring about the sideboard. Yeah, I'll take an Invoke the Divine. That seems pretty okay. Let's just do that. Sap Herd! Oh, it's so good. Yeah, this deck's really coming together here. Okay, wow. So Grun or Spider? And Grun basically never attacking alone in this deck. Like, we're gonna have so many little creatures all over the place. So does that mean Spider is better? I think it... No, I don't think that can be right. I mean, it might be wrong to take this, but I don't know. It just seems like a better card, and we have the Blackblade that cares about it. Yeah, this is kind of alien territory. Oh, look at that. We got a Spider anyway. This is kind of alien territory for me, because I don't know that I've ever had a double Song of Freyalise deck. They tend to go a little too early to make that happen. So we have 15 actual creatures and then several more cards that make bodies. So this deck, it appears to be very well... the Bladewing. It appears to be very well set up to take advantage of the Song. Now it's just a matter of what else can we do to make this deck powerful. And, you know, if we needed a little punch in this deck, I think splashing Vyrix Bladewing wouldn't be crazy. Like, Song lets you make mana of any color. We have Surveyor letting us make red. I mean, it's another legendary creature. But on the other hand, we have 2 really rock-solid cards here in Elves and Migration. I would almost certainly just take Migration. This is like the Wombo combo common with Song of Freyalise. Man, I really wish I could take this Bladewing. That would be really sweet. I don't think it's correct, too. I don't think I should be doing that. So I'm going to take Saproling Migration. Maybe end up regretting it. I don't know. We're going to have to see. Okay. Well, Kamal's Druidic Vow, this is a pretty hard one to use. You can only cast it if you have a legendary creature out. And it can only find lands and legendary permanents. So you have to be awash in legendary permanents and creatures and planeswalkers before that card becomes good. Yeah, that's just not going to happen. These are fine uncommons in respective decks, not for us. Disciple is an okay creature. Don't have millions of historic triggers. I guess the songs trigger that. We have a lot happening low, so I'm just going to take a Baloth Gorger, I think. It's totally possible that we want an... Ooh, that tracks us. It's totally possible we end up wanting an Eviscerate, like if we can get one, just because we're going to be producing a lot of excess mana with the songs, and it's going to be any color we want. This is kind of a fun trick. I mean, Guardians of Koilos, I guess it doesn't actually let you reuse the good part of Song of Freyalise, which is the end. Yeah, I'm just going to take a Traxos here. We have, I think, enough ways to untap it between Song, Blackblade, Surveyor, Baird. Well, excuse me. We don't have a million ways to untap it. Is it good enough still? Maybe we actually don't want Traxos in here, then. It is kind of one singular... Yeah, I'm actually going to take Blessed Light. I'm going to go against what I said. I think Traxos is an excellent card. I just don't think that's going to be the way to use the double song angle here. Okay, so now in green and white, feels like a pretty easy Llanowar Elves here. This will let us get our explosive starts rolling before we play Song. Is it even worth considering? I mean, once in a while we're going to have hands where we don't have Song of Freyalise and we have to think of something to do. So we probably should be accounting for that, at least in part. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I can't really imagine a better card for this deck than Wild Onslaught. If we're on like part 2 of Song of Freyalise, we have a little mana up. We just Wild Onslaught there. Or we can wait and Wild Onslaught before. Yeah, I mean, this just seems like the ideal card for us. It's going to be good whether we have 4 or 8 excess mana. Just seems kind of perfect. Another Migration. I mean, it's gonna feel like this was kind of a funky little one to cherry pick, but I promise you this is the one and only. Oh my god. Okay, so Druid would be a little more mana power. Almost just took it. Gotta be careful. Kavu is a more standalone card. Might be better when we're not doing the nutty game plan. It's actually tough. I mean, all of our creatures make mana at least a little bit when we have Song, so I think that means I want to take Kavu. I'm not positive about that. Yeah, a Sap Herd. It's more multiple bodies. Not really going to be positive what to cut from here. We have a lot of really good things going on. It doesn't matter what I take. It's sideboard territory. Yeah, this is a lot of craziness in this deck. I mean, we're not interacting very much. It's basically like our plan is get a bunch of bodies down, play a Song, hope that that's enough to win. And sometimes a Wild Onslaught will figure in there too. And I think oftentimes that will be enough to win. It's just, you know, there will be the occasional game where it's not, and you know, the question will be what do we do then? Okay, Animus. This isn't going to be a deck that wants Ancient Animus, I don't think. Our creatures are pretty tiny. We'll just take another creature, whatever. It's going to be a real challenge figuring out what to cut from here. So, Tragic Poet lets us get back Song of Freyalise, which is going to buff our entire board. Is that good enough to play Tragic Poet? It only works when we have a Song already used. How many games are we going to lose after getting a Song to Chapter 3 in this deck? I think not very many. Not enough that I think that would make it worth playing Tragic Poet. So I don't think Poet makes the cut. Take a Gaia's Blessing. You know, it's this. It's an effect I don't think we want. Gaia's Protector, not very good. Definitely a little... not really what this deck's going to be after. Okay, so this deck isn't that mana hungry, and it's going to have the means to make almost as much mana as it wants whenever it has a Song out. So that makes me think we are not going to need the 16 land, or the 17 land. We can probably shave down to 16, 15, 12. I think we cut a Plains, and we're probably going to cut something from this early cache of creatures. Oh, you know what? With 7 Plains, Dauntless Bodyguard is probably not really worth its salt, so we should probably get rid of that. It's going to have a tough time coming down. On the other hand, it is a really cheap creature when we have Song out, so maybe we'll reconsider that. Okay, so happening on 4 here, we have Baird, who has a really good kind of passive ability that'll protect us. Call makes multiple creatures, we can't cut that. Spore Swarm makes multiple creatures, can't cut that. We could probably get away without a Baloth Gorger. I think we can protect ourselves with some of these bigger things like Grun and Spider. Gorger's just kind of hanging out, being expensive, and not really expensive, but awkwardly costed for one body. Like, a big strength of this deck is going to be that we're not committing all our resources to one big body that could be eviscerated, so I think getting rid of that's a good idea. We don't really need Llanowar Envoy, don't really need the fixing, so I think we can cut that. I think we keep Blackblade Reforged. It seems good enough that we want it, just in case we end up in that kind of game. It's not playing into the strengths of the deck particularly much, but I still think it's good enough. It's a place to not mana. Charge. I think this strikes me as the kind of deck that wants a charge. So I think we hold on to that. Druid is a place to put our mana if we're getting up to the big Song of Freyalise numbers, but we're not, like, we haven't gone wide enough that we're expecting to win immediately. Like, gaining 10 life it can be a pretty big game. Okay, we're currently at 16 and 11, with, some of the 11 being actually creatures, Call and Spore Swarm and Saproling Migration ×2, so we can afford to lose another creature or two. I think Knight of New Benalia is not really impressing me in here. It's a little fragile, especially against opposing tokens. I might even cut 2 of those. Yeah, I don't think that's especially necessary. So now we're at 14 and 11. Can I cut all 3 of those? Is that crazy? Maybe. Maybe not, though. Let's see. We definitely still want charge, I think. Kavu is a nice singular threat and a good place to put some mana. The migrations are just awesome. Yeah, I'm liking what this deck's got going on. I think we have a plan, and I think we can execute it pretty reliably. I think I'm going to cut the last Knight of New Benalia. I don't think this is a bad card, and there's matchups where it can really shine. Like if all their stuff is threatening 3-drops that are like 3/2s and 2/3s, then this card will definitely carve through them and make the mana discrepancy between those kinds of cards felt. But I think it's not going to go along with the kinds of starts and mid games and end games that this deck is going to specialize in. So I think that's good with me. Yeah, 13 green, 9 white. Going to keep Dauntless Bodyguard even though there's not a ton of hope to play it on turn 1. Just because I think getting the 1 mana off of Song isn't going to be too difficult. Nothing really that we're too interested in splashing. Could main deck and Invoke the Divine. The deck feels so focused that maybe it's Grun out, Invoke the Divine in, something like that. Yeah, I think Grun's okay. They have to respect Grun. There is a little bit of a straddle happening between the all-in token plan and being able to make one single powerful threat plan. So that might be a reason to cut Grun and put in Invoke. I don't know. All right, I'm going to leave Grun, and we're going to call that the deck, and we're going to see how that plays. Definitely pretty excited for this. There are more green-white things we would have liked to see. For example, Ashana Sisei's Legacy, who would have just been like a 2-mana 8/8 in this deck, something crazy like that. But, I mean, we got most of the other things we would have wanted to see. We have a ton of ways to make bodies. We have 2 Song of Freyalise. You can't really ask for too much better than 2 of a, frankly, bomb uncommon. That, like, it's so good it's almost debatable whether it should have been printed in its current state in this set. Like, maybe that 3rd chapter should have been, you pick between Vigilance and Indestructible, Trample, I don't know. It does a lot. It does a whole lot. Yeah, we're definitely keeping this hand. Hello. Alright, nothing to do on turn 1 here. We have no Llanowar Elf, no Dauntless Bodyguard. See what Xandor does. Okay. Well, we are counting on kicking Migration a little later in the game, so no reason to play that now when we have a perfectly good 2/2 for 2 that's never going to be cast for more than that. Was there first place? Surveyor? Alright, we can bash through a Skittering Surveyor. Like the pick, though. I love being a blue-green Skittering Surveyor deck. That's just about my favorite kind of thing to be doing in this format. We can just go grab another white. This is just kind of thinning. So our current plan is just find a Song of Freyalise, play it, and hopefully win from there. We do have a kind of inherent weakness to the blue counters, and there are a couple of them in this format that would get us. I mean, really, Syncopate, Wizard's Retort, and Unwind are all things we don't want to see when we're going for a single very impactful saga to try to win. So hopefully we don't end up having to worry about that too often. Okay, they have a Sap Herd. I think we can beat a Sap Herd. Should be doable. All right, more land. Not the best. I think we're just going to park it, not go anywhere. We want to keep as much of our board intact as possible so that we're ready to take advantage when we see a song. Okay, so they play a Sphinx, but we have Gideon's Reproach to answer it. Hopefully that'll work as we intended to. Yeah, it's, I mean, even if we end up killing it right away, they get to scry 2 off of it, which isn't quite usually worth drawing a card in value, but it's not that far away. Like, bottoming 2 lands feels pretty good when you get to do that. All right, 1 top, 1 bottom. Let them go to their combat here. Okay, coming in with Sap Herd. That would mean we get to block with a Spore Swarm token and a Surveyor. We only lose 1 body and they lose a better body. That just seems like a trade worth making. So I'm all about that. We don't want to lose bodies frivolously, of course, but okay, that was not a bad draw. Now we get to play a Sap Herd, hold up Reproach. Love to see it. All right, now we're just waiting for a Song of Freyalise. That is our alpha and omega plan here. That's all there is. All right, it looked like there might be a pause here, so there's a number of ways this could fail, but I think we have to try to do it. They could counter, they could like Gift of Growth. Many, many ways this could go south. But we're not gonna not play it. That was the plan, we kind of committed to it, and that's what we're sticking to. All right, what do you have? What is gonna protect the Sphinx from Gideon's Reproach? My guess is it's Gift of Growth, and they're not sure whether they're wanting to kick it. I think they're just going to play it regular. Yeah, it was Gift of Growth. Oh, and they are kicking it. So that's a chunk of damage there. It's going to speed the clock up pretty dramatically here. Okay, so it's more mana efficient to play the Saproling Migration, but Baird is the thing that might mess with their curve. Like, it might mess with them playing out spells. Like, it might cause them to miss a turn of attacking us. So I think that means we lead with Baird, just because it has the remotest chance of keeping them from hitting us with Sphinx for at least a turn, which could give us the time we need to draw a Song. Okay, it did not deter them this turn. Sounds like Meg is home. That's really going to be a problem. Hello, Meg. Hi. Meg is home. Oh, well, we drew Krosan Druid, so that's going to help a little bit. Might be time to just jam in here. I think we're actually going to have to be just sending these things as counter pressure in order to try to keep them from going too crazy on us. All right, so they just eat something with Cloud Reader Sphinx, probably the Honor Guard. Now, hopefully this tide of Saprolings is enough to keep some number of the Cloud Reader Sphinxes back, even if they don't both stay back. As long as one does, it's probably a little better. Yeah, so they get to kill an Honor Guard here, but they take a chunk of damage. They take a little bit. That's not nothing. So this is almost a more defensive attack than an aggressive one, because I know if they're trying to kill me with Sphinxes here and they're not counting on Krosan Druid. Okay, Time of Ice, not a huge issue. All right, we really need to hit a land here for this Krosan Druid, or I think we're going to be kind of up a creek. So we got to kick this, gain some life, and keep ourselves from getting murdered. Grow from the Ashes, that's fine. I don't think that's going to end up mattering. Well, now we know they don't have counter magic. So we got that going for us. Okay, well, they're at 7. That means it doesn't look like they're going to get to beat us straight up. All right, I think I keep attacking with all these Saprolings because I know that I have 2 Knights coming. I was interesting not to attack with both there. Maybe they were worried about Charge killing them. Charge would still have killed them, so I don't know if I agree with that. All right, so we call here. Now we have enough bodies that they can't really send things. So if they do get to send something, then like if they attack, I think that means we're going to lose because it means there's some way we're just going to die. If they send a Sphinx, I think they're going to die, right? Can they do that? If they can deal with a token, then they are able to send a Sphinx and they're still fine. So that hopefully doesn't happen. What we're hoping here is that they're just counting up and realizing that they can't swing. That would be ideal for us. Okay, they're just looking at our board. It's gonna be a close one here. Definitely having to fight off some Sphinxes here has made things tough. We got this spider. They're coming in with one. If they don't have anything else happening... okay, well that's really good for us. Because that means we have some life gain, even if... okay, so maybe it's best to try the druid first. Because if this works, then we don't... Oh no, they just don't have anything here. So then don't I just win? I'm going to try to just win. Alright, did we get it? It didn't. Oh, wow. So they weren't able to send the Sphinx. They did anyway. And we got them. Okay. Well, I'm really glad I started attacking when I did that game. It didn't look like it was time to attack, but the clock that they were presenting with the Sphinxes made it correct. So I might not have explained that adequately enough when it came up, but I'm really happy my instincts kind of led me to that, because we won exactly, and we didn't really have didn't have much skin of our teeth to spare there. It was right at the end. I'm gonna shout to Meg real quick. Meg, the pizza is in the oven. It's off, but it's warm. All right, playing with brim now. The brim of my hat. Maybe I'll be tipping my hat to them. Yeah, love to see this hand. This is absolutely what we're looking for. You know, more mana, more creatures. We wouldn't turn our nose up at with this hand, but really if we can just put any number of creatures out and then make song happen, we're going to be pretty good to go. Okay, so I think I play one of these. I'm not realistically going to have time to kick them both with only 2 lands and wanting the song to happen. If I hit a land, I can go Song, Skittering Surveyor. Yeah, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see there. Yeah, now we're just going to get going here. That's good. That's what you want. All right. If they... Get the forest. There we go. Yeah, we're going to have an army with the Song of Freyalise here. Is going to be an issue for them. We're playing Sapperling Migration. We're kicking it. Going to hit them with Surveyor. And now, just like that, I mean, on turn 5, they're going to be facing down like 14 damage. This song is, I mean, this card is crazy. Mag, look what we're doing. This is turn 5.
You're a bad man.
Meg says I'm a bad man. I don't know if that carried through. I mean, yeah, so there's just... Yeah, they don't even... Okay, so that's the kind of draw we're hoping for with a double Song of Freyalise token deck. Definitely,
You're a very bad man.
Meg is... I'm just casually dropping details so Meg can hear them. All right, going around 3. Let's try to punch this one out and then hang out with the lady. We're at 33 minutes. Maybe we can get it under an hour if we get lucky in a couple of these.
You're a very, very, very bad man.
Meg is challenging me to be my baddest self.
Oh, don't make it weird.
I didn't make it weird. All right, we're gonna keep this even though it's not incredible. It's just fine. But it has stuff. It has things it can do. I accidentally tipped that I had charged there. I should have led with a forest, but then they would know I don't have like Llanowar, Elf. Anyway, there's always something you're giving away on Arena. You can't obsess over it every game. Okay, so here, yeah, just gonna play a unicorn because that is what will forego the least potential kicker gain. They have a druid, doesn't do a lot. Well, we have a song, so do we use it? I think we're gonna, because we're gonna get to put out a Sapperling Migration too. So I'm gonna go song, put out Kavu. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Put out the Kavu here. Very hopeful that next turn we get to play a migration. If we don't get to, it makes this look a lot worse. If they kill one of our creatures, we're not going to get to migrate either, so that would also make this look pretty bad. That was actually probably premature. I should have waited until I could guarantee kicking the migration, and then the Song of Freyalise gets a lot better. Oh, Karn, Scion of Urza. So that's going to definitely throw a wrench into things a little bit, because he kind of becomes the new target. You can keep the Swamp. Juggernaut will stay exiled with a silver counter on it. Just give them the land. I don't think we'd be terrified of Juggernaut if that happened, but ooh, that's really not what we wanted to see, actually. Okay, so that probably means we just Krosan Druid and play the migration unkicked. Sad as that is. Yeah, I think that's what we gotta do. This has Vigilance and Trample, but it's just gonna get blocked, so... Yeah, so we're definitely going for a smaller ball Song of Freyalise here than the first game. I think if I could replay this game, I'd probably think about that a little more, not commit Song until I had another body out, and then that would probably end up working out better for us. Just give them a Sparring Construct. Saproling Migration's a little too impactful to want to give to them, whereas one body isn't that important. The Charge might end up being really good with Song of Freyalise here. The Trample with a little extra pump that they're not counting on might be enough to really wreak some havoc. Let's see where their cards are going. They're going to Eviscerate something. Eviscerate doesn't really do a lot here. You get to kill Kavu, but then I still have an army after the fact. So we'll see what that leads them to decide on. Karn can eventually make some constructs. Card going with a silver counter. Yeah, they're trying to get the idea of how good is this board going to be once the Song has popped. And it's going to be pretty good. A little Law and Order in the background. Of course, I am the background for Meg. And no, you're good. Do you need me to turn it down more?
No, you're good.
Okay, all right.
This is just okay, the crust.
Yeah, it didn't get... It said put it on the bare oven rack, and I wasn't sure if it was clean, so I put it on some foil, and I don't think it got very crispy.
No, the fish is good, but the cheese crust is like...
Oh, I liked it. I'm debating some stuffed crust merits here. Cast down, okay. More efficient than Eviscerate, but they didn't appear to need that mana anyway. Alright, well, Wild Onslaught not going to get to do very much here, unfortunately. Fungal Infection there. Well, now I think I'm going to charge pre-combat, make sure we get to keep our Saproling. Alright, so now we get to just... Do we just jam at Karn and try to kill him? I think that's what I'd like to do. If they just let him die... I don't think they're going to let him die. I think there's... No, they are letting him die. Okay. So we did him a little bit of excess damage. That's probably okay. Alright, so we burned a component of our game plan for a little bit of a burst start. Hopefully that doesn't end up hurting us too badly. Alright, so can we attack with things? We could attack with Unicorn, Druid, be giving bodies away. I think I'm going to wait on that until I can actually do a Wild Onslaught and ambush them. I think I want to try to blow them out again with another Team Pump effect. Alright, nothing really going on over there. That's good for us. Alright, can't play anything else here. So I think I'm just going to jam. Let them block however they're going to block. They might play around Wild Onslaught, they might not. If they don't, we should be in a good position. There's only so much they can do, though. Like, they could put, if they go Envoy on Unicorn, that's going to be kind of gross. Yeah, their board doesn't give them a whole lot of free reign to play around a Wild Onslaught, at least, especially when it looks like they didn't have a pause. So hopefully this will just do the trick. Oh, no, they're doing a little bit of playing around it. That is for sure. Gonna lose an elf at least. Yeah, it looks like they're accounting for it pretty nicely here. Well, I'm still gonna do it. That is happening. They intelligently take out the Llanowar Elves, so we lose our ability to take this to the super late game. Now they have a 3-4. But eventually we'll hit lands and be able to play Baird and Grun. Oh, they just... Okay. Yeah, I don't think we played that game very well, but I guess the cards were just good enough that they got it done anyway, so... Not about to look that one in the mouth. That was... Do as I say and not as I do on that game. That one could have been better. Let's keep it going. Let's get another start like Game 2 had. I think that would be very educational, and it would teach us a lot about maximizing solitaire hands in draft. Missile Jimmy, that's a scary name. Alright, this hand looks nice. Let's keep it. We don't have white, but I think we're okay. I don't think it's going to end up impacting us too badly. It would be nice if we had white, but I mean, come on. We have songs. We have 7 planes. We'll get them. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right. Well, there's another white card. So it's probably the kind of hand where we want a migration just to make sure we're having impact on the game. Yeah, looking at it, this isn't an incredibly good hand. I keep assuming that the Songs of Freyalise are just going to do all the lifting for us and playing a little loose. There's nothing they can do for single blue against an attacking Llanowar Elves, so we're just going to hammer. Okay. Ideally, we hit a white next turn, then we can call up the cavalry. Okay, they're going to opt. The cool Mu Yanling sleeves. Yeah, I think so. She's cool. All right, more white cards, not going to do much. Now there are things they can do, but it looked like they didn't have a pause there, so fungal infection would have been pretty brutal. If there had been a pause, I might have considered playing around that, but it's just one thing you get to do in Arena that you don't normally get to. Okay, now it's starting to hurt that we don't have the white. This keep might have been a little too cavalier. Have to play out a Black Blade Reforged that doesn't really have a target yet. And it's possible that maybe this component of the deck is just completely not at home, like Blackblade and Grun absolutely both want to be out in favor of things that make this plan work a little better. I don't know. All right, well, they have a Tempest Djinn. That's a powerful one. So Plains happens here. We can at least play Call the Cavalry, maximize our mana, and make sure we have some things that can attack if the Tempest Djinn ends up getting out of the way. So now we're really well set up if we can hit a Song of Freyalise. If we can do that, we get to just go dump, 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 and then we're in a pretty solid position there. So hopefully we can make that happen. All right, Journey Mage is going to take out a Knight, almost certainly. Yeah, it seems like the thing to do. They're going to come in with Tempest Djinn, I bet. There it is. All right, let's hit a Song of Freyalise here. No Song of Freyalise. We get to play a Sap Herd, and we can come in with a Knight. I think that's going to be something I want to do. So we'll come in with the Knight first to make them commit to trading off a Deathbloom Thallid if they're going to do it. And it looks like they will do that. There's advantages to playing out a Mesa Unicorn here instead, because it might convince them to leave back Tempest Djinn and give us more time. But I think I want to use... Well, do we want to use more mana? Does that actually use more mana? Yeah, we're not going to get to equip Blackblade unless we have 7 land or we hit a song. All right, I think I'm going to play Yavimaya Sapper just because that's what sets up a Song of Freyalise much better. So I think I want to do that to lead. All right, opponent hits the 6th land. That'll open up like Zahid and I don't know, other rares probably. They don't have a legend, so they're not going to be doing like Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. Ooh, Coldwater Snapper, scary one. All right, well, we have a Spore Swarm. That's not nothing. I think we're just going to say no attack and go. We're going to need something pretty effective here, or we're just going to get killed by these sizable blue threats. They're definitely a good deck for Tempest Djinn. That much is being proven. That thing is clocking us. Definitely earning its keep for 3 mana, just becoming a dragon here. And if they have Coldwater Snapper, they probably have an Arcane Flight to go with it. It's like if you give a mouse a cookie. All right, Cloud Reader Sphinx. Yeah, I don't see us getting out of this one. In fact, we're dead next turn unless... I don't even know what we could do. We would have to... Blessed Light doesn't actually do it because we can't cast it. So... I guess if we get lucky and they block nothing, then we can charge them. Yeah, we're just going to make it look like we have nothing, be a little deceitful, and say the good game here. Not as far away as it could have been. The charge makes it a a little closer. But no, it's still not going to be enough. Alright, well, show them what we had. They were correct to do some blocking. Alright, and we will give the ghost. Okay, so we can't just assume the deck is going to make everything perfect for us. We can't be keeping super suspect hands. We gotta still think, still look for those good cards. Alright, let's keep it rolling. Keep her going. Gonna drink some water. Ooh, Oath of Rafiki. This is a diamond player. Let's get a sweet open. This isn't really a sweet opener. I don't think it's bad enough to throw away. It's not great. I am going to keep it. And, I mean, this might be one of those decks where the good draws are so good that they're worth mulliganing for. I don't know. I don't think you can really mulligan keepable hands in Premier. I try not to. But maybe I'm not thinking about this deck the right way. You always got to consider, like, how good is my deck? How well could it draw its opener? Can I do better? How likely am I to do better? These are always things you got to be thinking about when you're making mulligan decisions. All right, so we're pretty good on bodies for a future song. If we get a song, we get to go Sap Herd, Onslaught, and lay the beat down. They have a Skittering Surveyor, that's fine. I can't imagine they're going to attack into a pair of 2/2s here. Play a Llanowar Elves. Wonder what they're getting up to. Ooh, we have a charge now. That's pretty good. Alright, so we're going to get to maybe Onslaught and Charge in the same turn. That could be pretty good. If they're not ready for it, that could just flip the lights out on its own. We have a Worm. Worm doesn't bother me that much. Worm is okay. Alright. We have another Honor Guard. If I sent everybody here, we could charge plus Reproach can't all happen with Onslaught too. So we wouldn't be able to do all of that. I think it might be better to just keep going wide, keep waiting. Does suck that they have a 2/3 end this, so their board is pretty well set up to block us at the moment. All right, well, here I can try to get rid of the Worm. Can I set a stop in combat here? How do I do that? Can I set a stop in combat phase here? I'm gonna do that.
You might be able to full control it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that. Thank you for reminding me that I can do that. No. All right, now we're gonna Gideon's Reproach the Worm. Okay, so now we made sure they couldn't combat trick us during combat, so that's good. Okay, so that took care of that. If Eldest Reborn, that's not going to do a lot against us. We have to sack a 1/1. Okay with that. All right, now I think it's hammer time. Now it's time to just see what we can do. All right, we're going to Wild Onslaught. We don't have to charge, actually, so we're not going to. Hopefully going to get to just keep the pain train rolling. They're going to make us discard Krosan Druid. They're at 14, so they could very easily still defend themselves here from the full frontal attack. All right, that gains them a ton of life. So they're going to have time to get something impactful back with Eldest Reborn. That's what that's going to mean. Just going to keep the attacks happening. Going to charge through that too. This takes them back to 12. They're not dead, but they're also not in a great spot. So if they just get back a Sap Herd, that's multiple bodies. If they get back a Worm, that's the biggest thing they could get back. Yeah, they're going to get back the Worm. Oh, no. Yeah, we're not beating Lyra Dawnbringer. We're going to have to Blessed Light that, like, immediately, or we're going to lose. That's not great. Okay, I don't know what we're going to do about that. That was a really good draw. or a really good thing for them to be able to play. Okay, so we have to kill that, or we can't possibly win. So that's how you get to Diamond. It makes sense. Splash Eldest Reborn into your Lyra Dawnbringer green-white deck. I can dig it. It's worth noting that the sword would have been pretty crappy in this game. I might end up taking that out. That might not be the kind of thing this deck's actually hoping to be able to play. Alright. And they have Eviscerate for one creature. Well, we still get to pound them for a good amount. I think we have to attack all out. Like, we have to threaten them in some capacity to maybe force Lyra Dawnbringer to chill and sit back. Alright, they're just chumping there. They take a little. They're gonna hit us with Lyra. That's gonna be bad. Just gotta hope they're out of stuff. If they're out of things, we get to remove Lyra, then we can just attack around this worm and probably win in spite of it. At least I hope so. I don't like the highlight. Is it Gift of Growth, maybe? To gain even more life? If they had Gift of Growth, they would have attacked with both and just killed me, so it's not going to be that. They gain the life. They have something else here. Oh, Animus for the big gains. Alright, well now we need Blessed Light just to kind of stay in this game. Spider is a little bit of protection. It's not really much. Okay. Yeah, this is an example of maybe a reason that we cut the things we have, add in something like Pierce the Sky. I don't know. It's totally possible that that's correct to do. Alright, so I think we play like we're going to draw an answer to Lyra here. We're just going to get in front of the worm with a couple of things. Yeah, I'm going to just... If they kill Spider... I don't think I can play like they're going to kill Spider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... I think I'm just going to block like that. Let the Angel kill me. They can take Spider out. Spider and a 2/2 if they want. No, a 1/1. All right, let's draw a Blessed Light here. No, okay. This one's not going to happen. Mending. Good lord. That is one powerful black-green-white deck. Son of a gun. Yeah. Okay, well, they're going to take that one. All right, we might need to revisit a little of the construction here. Let's see. What is... just thinking about things that would have been bad that game... I don't think this is a deck that's just able to use Blackblade very well, and it feels blasphemous to cut it, but maybe it just shouldn't have been in the first place. Pierce gives us a little game against the thing that destroyed us that game. Invoke is a little more all-purpose, though, so maybe that's the thing to put in. What if we cut Grun, cut Blackblade, added in Invoke, and like Pierce the Sky, something like that. Just more ways to interact. Yeah, it feels a little reactive, but I think it's going to end up being right. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. All right, let's see how this behaves going forward. Now, in doing that, I'm making my plan even more like a Song of Freyalise plus tokens or bust. But I'm also giving myself a little more time to try to hit that plan and have it work, rather than sort of wishy-washying between sometimes doing the Blackblade Reforged thing, sometimes maybe getting out a big creature and hoping that's enough. Okay, I mean, I have to draw some creatures, right, to go with 2 songs. I think that's gotta occur. I can't throw away a hand that has 2 of these. That's just not gonna work if I do that. All right, we're just looking for creatures. That is what we were hoping to see. Mesa Unicorn, that qualifies. All right, more of those. I'll have what she's having. They have a Sap Herd, so they're also going moderately wide. We don't have another creature here, so I don't think that means I can play a song yet, just because there's too much potential for it to kind of get blanked, not hit many of our creatures. Now we do have 2 songs, which means we should think about playing 1 before too much longer has passed. All right, what if they kill Mesa Unicorn here? They get to just, if they eviscerate it, they can hit for... No, that's it. Okay. Alright, still not going to song. I think opponent seems to be agreeing to a longer game, so I'm more than happy to do that when I have these very wide anthem effects in my hand. Or counter on everybody effects, whatever you want to call that. Eviscerate. Okay, there goes that. We're going to have a spider, so they're going to need to be able to kill that too. They're not attacking with elves. Interesting. Maybe they thought I might have a reproach. Okay, so we're getting to see one of our, main deck sideboard cards effectively. Hopeful that I find a target for this. That would be nice. Alright, Grun the Lonely King is a pretty scary one. So if I play Song, then I can play out Baird. Grun is just going to kind of beat the snot out of me here, though. I mean, I'm not in a position to be blocking a 10-10. Yeesh. Okay, we might be kind of in for it here, actually. I think it's time to get out one Song and just assume we have some creatures coming. I'm going to play Baird. Maybe the fact that they have to pay to attack will deter them. If it does, then that probably means they have something ridiculous to play, though, that requires all of their mana. Can't really block the 10-10 here, I don't think. I need to take it and try to draw decently well. That would be ideal. No, that's not what we wanted to see. Okay. All right, we get to play Benelish Honor Guard. We can hold up Wild Onslaught, so that's something. If it came to it, I could invoke my own Song, but I can't imagine that ever ending up being good. All right, so it's a 10-10, which means we have to either throw everything in front and then Onslaught and then lose like 2 creatures. That seems not very good. Yeah, this is looking pretty bad. I think we gotta just chump it. How are we winning this game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be enough to kill a Grun. I think we need this Song to go off, give us some counters. We need them to like play something that we can invoke and have that be impactful. I think that, okay, that's something we can invoke. Far from impactful though. Yeah, I think this one got away from us. We can go to our turn. We have a Surveyor of our own. Doesn't mean much at this point when we're... if we do this, we can't invoke to keep ourselves in the game. Is that okay? I think that's... Oh no, we get to play the planes, so then we can invoke. Yeah. Okay. Planes. I might play another Song here, actually, because we're still going to have the mana up from Baird and Mammoth Spider. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Might give us what we need. These are indestructible, so they have to either just take it or give up some bodies. Yeah, they're just taking it. I like that. Okay, there's a chance we can make something happen with Wild Onslaught here. It could happen. Okay, that's coming in. It's large. We do have to block it. Yeah, we definitely should be blocking it. Okay, I think I'm going to keep waiting on Invoke. No, there's not really anything there. They were not going to have Vigilance. Okay, so I think we might need this life. So I'm going to just hit the Surveyor right now. Oh, Sapherd's pretty real. Sapherd's actually pretty darn good. Okay, so we play Sapherd. Go to combat. Baird, if Baird comes in, what are they going to do? We want to walk them into a position where we attack with everybody with Vigilance and then can kick Onslaught and just kill them. Does that mean we don't attack with anything here? I think that means we actually attack with nothing here. Yeah, I think against all odds, we might be able to beat this crazy Grun thing that they have going on. Come on, don't kill the Song. We really need this thing to pop. Blink of an eye would be pretty bad. Alright, attacking with Grun. We can actually take the Grun, which might be correct here. It gives us one extra attacker. I think I'm going to go no blocks. Okay, Grun hits me. They didn't have a combat trick. They don't have like Chainer's Torment or something. I think we're actually going to get them here with the Song plus the Onslaught. Oh my gosh! I think we might have done it. Alright. Let's pray that this works the way it looks like it's going to. I don't think they can block enough. Like, I mean, how much can they play around Wild Onslaught here? It's going to be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 20... Oh, we got him, baby! I can kick this, right? Oh no, we can't make the mana this turn! Oh, we lost the ability. Okay. Do we just do one? No, we can just do one. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We're okay. We're okay. They have trample. Okay. Alright, well we got it. We got that game. That game looked really, really tough to win. But we were able to chump Grun enough times and we're able to leverage the double song, luckily enough. Alright, well that looked really bad, but we didn't give up and made it happen. How about that? The Invoke sort of mattered because we ended up gaining enough life to take a Grun hit, which gave us an extra attacker. So I don't know, maybe bringing in the Invoke was good, maybe it was not. Okay, it's another song hand. You know how we feel about those. Got the Forest. All right, we did go over an hour. This was not a speedrun draft as it looked like it might be. Okay, definitely want to get Kavu out because we want to get one of these song starts. Hopefully we hit more creatures for that. I think we got a lot of creatures in here. Like, I'm definitely prepared for the songs when we have them in the opener. Maybe that's a reason not to... Well, no, we didn't really... We took Grun out, and Grun is more of a payoff for songing than a thing that enables the song plays. Okay, so do we want to play a small Saproling Migration here? I think we don't have to. Yeah, I don't think we have to. I don't really think we're going to get clobbered here. I think we have a little bit of time to work with. Okay, Kavu coming in. I don't think I want to block their Kavu with mine. I think mine is going to be better. Which maybe suggests I should have attacked. Who knows? Okay. Well, with double song, it gets a little more awkward. That might mean that now it's time to play a song, play a migration, begin to get this thing rolling and try to make this happen. Now we gotta strike while the iron is hot. Draw some more things that put creatures out. I still don't think I want to block any of you. I think we can deal with those things. Valid Omnivore, a little bit of an issue. We end up wanting to Blessed Light that someday. Alright, well now we have Gideon's Reproach up, which is pretty good. I'm going to play a Mammoth Spider, which blocks decently well. And there's a world where I would Song again, just right here. I don't feel like I have to. Going for Reproach on Omnivore wouldn't be awesome, because then it just gets to eat 2 Saprolings and live through it. So I don't love that. We also have to be careful not to let Omnivore just kill us, because it could go up to 5, 7, 9, 11, take us to 2 if it ate everything. Blink of an eye on the Spider, really not great. That's not the kind of thing we wanted to see. Alright, I mean, I don't want to chump an Omnivore here, but that might be where we are. I think I'm going to go to blocks. Go here. I do think I'm going to have to put one in front of the Omnivore. It just feels like what has to happen. Alright, they're going to eat a Saproling. I can force them to eat another creature by reproaching Omnivore, but I don't think that's going to be the thing that wins us the game. I think we just reproach the Confessor right here. They can sack that to Omnivore too. We're going to take a little bit of a hit, but their board's going to be a lot less impressive, and we can Blessed Light the Omnivore after that. So that'll basically run them out of stuff. So that'll hopefully be enough to stabilize this. Yeah, I'm thinking if we can Fade a Draw this turn coming up, that should be good. Yeah, they have an omnivore. We can get rid of it. Far from the end of the world. Oh, they have a soul salvage. They're eyeing their graveyard, I think. They don't have a soul salvage. Okay. Well, that works for me then. Okay, if they want to... Yeah, I'm definitely coming in with both. They have vigilance and trample, so there's just no reason not to. And... Oh, they're just... They might be forgetting exactly what Song of Freyalise does. Okay. They're letting it go to damage. All right, in that case, I am going to, I think, Blessed Light the Omnivore. Omnivore is less of a threat now, though. No, I am going to Blessed Light the Omnivore. It would be too easy, I think, for it to get back out of control and force us to start chumping again, which I don't want to have happen if I can help it. They could just eat a Sapperling to gain some life. That doesn't look like they're interested. Okay, so now we can get to playing some more creatures, making another song happen. Hopefully that'll be enough to seal the deal. These double song games have been pretty nutty. No joke about that. We have Baird. Baird can happen. And is there any chance they're going to want to... I don't think I want to trade. Oh, I didn't... that was stupid. I was supposed to play Song and then use Song to play Baird, and I thought I could do it in the opposite order, and I am not able to do that. So that wasn't amazing, but that's okay. Alright, now I can play Song, use Song to play Spider. Ideally, they'll play like a flyer, and I can pierce that. If they'd had Syncopate there, they could have kept my Spider from happening, but that wouldn't have been the end of the world. Okay, so they have Sapperlings, but that's not going to fight my board very well. It's really not good against Baird. So they're going to need something good here. Something that doesn't get pierced specifically. They need like an impactful ground creature that can stand up to all of this. Like a Primordial Worm would be pretty good. Journey Mage deals with a Sapperling token. That's not too bad. Still going to have a solid number of things getting pumped by Song here. Do I want to play a Forest? I guess better not to get completely hosed by Skin Witch. Alright. So this isn't going to be a game-ending Song of Freyalise. It's just going to be a pretty good one, unfortunately. We couldn't draw more creatures, which we were hoping to. We can... come on. We need them to stop hitting gas, or for us to hit a little more gas. Charge is nice. Charge is the kind of thing we're hoping to see. All right, so that's a pain train right here. Yeah, they're maybe thinking they need to just do some amount of blocking just to soak the damage up. Yeah, they're just blocking there. I mean, I think I'm okay with that. If they, I don't think that's a reason to charge. I'm just hitting them. Yeah. They go to 8. We have some big scary creatures here. And we still have a charge in our pocket for later. Now are they going to soul salvage? Yeah, now they're going to soul salvage. Okay. They can play either. Okay, play the Deathbloom Thallid. Invoke the Divine. Yeah, bringing these things in. They keep not being particularly good. Oh well, what are you going to do? The way our toughnesses are spread out, I think charge is going to be pretty good. I don't think they can afford to block everything the way they hope to. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. And if they just chump... I don't even think there's a need to charge there, is there? It doesn't save us, doesn't push any extra damage across. Oh no, it does. It would actually push some damage across with Kavu. Okay, so as it is, we're killing Thallid and Corrosive Ooze. It's actually better to kill all of these and leave Deathbloom Thallid, so I think we extra don't charge now. Don't really think there's a reason to. Yeah, I think we just let that happen and we're okay with it. Okay, well, our board's a lot better than theirs. We know they have an Academy Journey Mage coming that's going to reset one of these, but not too terribly worried about that. They can't do both of these in the same turn, which is going to hurt them a little bit. So they can Journey Mage, put Spider back in hand. Kind of feels like what's going to happen. But as it is, we do need to hit a few more creatures to go with this charge. The Pierce and Invoke are both looking dreadful. Really wish those were Blackblade Reforged right about now. But, you know, maybe I'll change that back. Maybe I'll just be super wishy-washy. Gotta be willing to admit when you're wrong. That is important. Okay, so Kavu down is gonna block my progress for the time being. I don't want to attack into Kavu, so we're just gonna have to try to find like a Saproling Migration and then charge around them. Juggernaut's gonna get invoked, something fierce here. I think if I wait for them to attack, I might be able to get a trick out of them. That would be pretty nice. So we'll play a Surveyor, take the action, go get a white, play the white. I think I'm not going to attack, because Juggernaut has to swing here. Alright, so we're just going to block Juggernaut and see what we can get out of them. Oh, I like the pause. Oh no, the pause might have just been for Baird. Okay. Well, we'll block there. Okay, they have nothing, so we're just going to invoke it. Spend our Invoke on an impactful card while we have the ability to do so. Alright, they have a Surveyor. The fight continues. We have the charge, so if we can just hit a Saproling Migration, I think we'll be pretty good to go. Call the Cavalry. That'll help. That'll help a great deal. Alright, so now we have 3 more bodies than they do, which means charge is close to being good. What happens if they counter our charge when we go for it? Can we play around that at all? I don't think so. Ugh, get out of here. Everybody with the Krosan Druid. Alright, so now we really got to go around them. We're going to have to get very, very wide here. Ideally, they hit a flyer one of these days. Okay, well, Krosan Druid of our own to extend this game into the super duper late stage. So 5 creatures to our 8, which means we're forcing through currently, if we attacked, we would force through 7 damage because we only have 2 things that are 1. Ancient Animus, that's a bummer. All right, I mean, we should eventually have more creatures than they do. We have some Saproling Migrations in the deck, right? Yeah? No, we spent 1. Okay. This might be uncomfortably close, actually. Like, we have 15 cards, they have 16, so we know... I should have actually probably held that because of Skin Witch. We know that we're deeper into the deck than they are, so... There's no... Yeah, the onus is going to be on us to break the stall unless they can draw some extra cards. Alright, Sapherd has 2 more bodies. We have a... Do we have a Wild Onslaught? I forget. We do have a Wild Onslaught still. Okay, so that's another way we could break the stall here. Oh, speak of the devil. Okay, I think there's never going to be a better time to go for it than now. I mean, we have both of these. I think that probably means we just do it. Yeah, let's make this happen. I think the odds are good that they see through this and they know what we're doing, but you know, if they have counter magic, they have counter magic. I think is what we got to say here. We just got to try to wreck them with the cards that we've got. No time like the present. So I'm going to charge first because if they have counter magic, that'll probably be good enough to prompt it, I think, just based on how they're blocking. If they counter the charge, I think I just let that go and then Wild Onslaught will do its thing. Yeah, this is looking like it'll be a beating. Is how it appears. All right, let's go for the charge, see if that resolves. All right, we just get to do both here, which should end the game in pretty short order. Yeah, this is a massacre. This is the kind of blowout you're hoping for when you put both those cards in your deck. They get a 1/1 and go. All right. I mean, we drew Wild Onslaught and put it in our deck to draw it, and it came through in the clutch. Okay, where does that put us? 5 wins, I think? Is it 5 or 6? That's 5, okay. See if we can get it up to 7 here. Oh, no. Was I gonna change out that? Yeah, the sideboard, yeah, okay. I don't think there's a reason to put in Pierce the Sky. I think we can probably split the difference, and no, we're not gonna split the difference. We're gonna go back to where we were before. Cut Invoke, cut Pierce. I was right the first time. Because that would have been a heck of a game to have. Blackblade Reforged, I tell you what. Basket, a simple basket. Okay, yeah, we didn't come to throw hands out like this out, so I will keep it. Okay, Blessed Light added to the hand here. They have Servant, which could suggest any number of things. Gotta love the Servant to put out a... This is a Heed on turn 4 and then untap itself combo. Right, Surveyor. Surveyor just gonna go find a black. Okay, we're just gonna play ourselves a Sap Herd here. Just building and setting up for the eventual hopeful Freyalise's Song. Our soul game plan. Okay, Cabal Paladin we could kill with a Gideon's Reproach if that ends up being something we gotta do. Can't really get in there because they got a 1/3. They're gonna untap. If they attack with Cabal Paladin, I'm definitely going to block just to see. No, now we're not. Now we wouldn't block because that would that's not gonna do anything. That okay. All right, gonna get our Spider down. Here we go. All right, and once again, we are thoroughly gummed up. Okay, Deathbloom Thallid, that's not getting through on its own. If they attacked with Paladin, I think I would need to block with a 2/2. Ooh, Grun. The Grun man. I think I'm going to play Druid because I have plenty of things to spend mana on in my hand. And getting bodies out is always good when you have Song as a possible draw. All right, we are... Oh, well then. Okay. Yeah, so they just draw 2 cards, and I have to Blessed Light that or I'm going to die immediately. So now they have Tatiova. At least it doesn't look castable. So that's something small we have going for us. We Blessed Light. Put in Grun for Pierce the Sky. You gotta enjoy that now that there's a target for it. Oh boy. Okay, Tatiova not playable yet, so we could still beat that. Man, if we rescue the Surveyor. Oh, it's so good. They're gonna be able to go get a green. Are they gonna play it this turn? I think they can. Yeah, I don't think they've played a land yet. Yeah, you gotta put that forest out. All right, Tatiova is gonna be coming to town. That is a little scary. Tatiova is a card I actually had in my wallet for a little while. That's a fun fact, just because she's such a queen of dirtling value. You gotta love her. All right, I think it's time we put out Grun, because we need to be threatening the opponent here. Yeah, still can't attack. I like the look of their deck. They've got some powerful ones. When you have Belzenlock and Tatiova, all you really want to do is sit back and delay behind like Servant and Surveyor and these kinds of solid value 3/2s. Oh, their deck is so good. Right, so they wanted to hit the land to then play and then get Tatiova out? Is that correct? It feels like that's the plan. Or no? Are they holding up counter magic maybe? Interesting. That would be interesting. All right. Well, all right, what is the plan now? We have a legendary creature, so this is a little bigger. What if we just go ham here and just swing? What happens then? We could give that a try. We have charge, we have reproach, we have onslaught. We can do pretty much any combination of two. I think we should probably come at them. It looks like they have a spell. It could be blink of an eye. But, I mean, I'm not going to not try to hurt them if I'm given the chance here. So it's currently 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If they blinked Grun, we could and like somehow didn't block anything, we could onslaught plus charge, and then that would be the end of the game. So it's likely that they're going to block something. Oh no, would that be the end of the game? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, that would take them to 1. The loss of pump from Grun would actually matter a lot there. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is, first up, I'm going to try to reproach their paladin, because that's the thing that's... Oh, no, they're not. They're not giving me the chance. They're not going to do that. Okay. Okay, they're just kind of matching everything up here. Okay, so what happens here if I'm going to go like this. What happens here if I go for both of these things? What happens if I go for Wild Onslaught first up? I think that's the first thing I would like to try to do. If they can Wizards retort me, then I guess they're going to do that. Oh, no, that's happening. 10. So now if I charge and it works, we just get around this. I mean, should I let them go for whatever they're going to go for? Just get my information? Befuddle there. Well, now I can charge and leave Grun alive, right? Yeah, that seems good now. So they're going to do that. I am going to lose my Honor Guard, but I mean, we're dealing them a ton of damage here. They go to 5. They lose a couple of bodies. We keep a lot of really big, scary bodies. And now we have a bunch of creatures that they need to be somewhat worried about. So they're going to Tatiova, deal us a little damage, get a card. All right, their board is still good. They're just passing through and not playing Voltaic Servant. I feel like you should be playing a few more. I mean, does that mean they have counter magic? What could that mean? All right, I don't want to play body. No, I think I do want to play. Man, the options are pretty copious now. 3/3, 4/6, 3/4, 6/6. We want to come in with everybody, I feel like. Yeah. All right. If I come in with everyone, yeah, they're all scary. They're all. Right, I'm gonna play the bodyguard here. See if that prompts action on the stack. I think we pick Grun because he's the best. Can't be cast down, which is maybe a reason not to pick him. They have to do some amount of blocking here to avoid death. So Tatiova is just this limitless fountain of value, but I think we have to hope that... Okay, that's not great. That does mean we are in a little bit of worse shape. Because he's not really going to be able to come down, is he? Yeah, 3/3. So we can take out 2 blockers here. That's something. We can play the Kavu. We need to hope Kavu's good. All right, take out 2 blockers for sure. This can only protect Grun, so that's not happening. All right, we make that trade. They go to 2. Play Kavu and hope that it's great. That is a good thing to follow up with because it has trample. So they're really going to need Tatiova to pull some good things off the top of the deck here. But it could, though. Like, Kavu plus Reproach is probably going to be good. We can, whatever's blocking Kavu, we can Reproach it, and that might be able to burn some damage across effectively. Let's see what else they got. Diligent Excavator. It's a big butt. No, it's really not what we wanted to see. Yep, that's pretty bad. Yep, both our sideboard cards would have been excellent in these various situations we've seen. Because we had to Blessed Light because we couldn't pierce. Then Blessed Light could have answered Bolus's clutches. Sapperling Migration, that's a potential way out. Okay. All right. Let's kick that. We have bodies. They're just going to keep drawing. They're going to go so deep with Tatiova. Traxos. They're going to play no, they have a Voltaic Servant already. Well, that guarantees that we're going to mill out first, virtually. Nabon. More mill, more untap. Yeah, their deck is sweet. I really like what they got going on. It's complex. It's hard to narrate everything as it happens. Yeah, I don't think we can do it anymore. I think them taking Kavu was... I mean, that was like one good thing too many. But now this is all also making it tough. Gains them some life. Maybe Grun can make something happen? I don't know. There's only so many more lands they can actually play before they go too deep with Tatiova. Let's see, no, we used both of our songs already, right? Oh no, we actually haven't used a song yet. That's interesting. So song is like maybe a way out. I think if we play Grun, we're definitely not kicking him this game. Right, we're not just done yet. If they can like maybe brick a little bit, just hit all their lands and nothing else, like no action to go with it. All right, they're attacking with Traxos. Do we have to kill that? I think we do have to kill that. I mean, if we just chump it, then we're really not preserving, I think, the out that we're trying to hold on to. So I think I'm going to double block that, let them kill Grun if they want. Yeah, oh no, they're killing Spider, because Spider was the one that was holding back Kavu. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe that's a reason to... Alright, just no more action. No more! I said no more! At least we can reproach that. Alright. Double untaps. Powerful stuff. Well, okay, we got a Song of Freyalise now. Now we can Mesa Unicorn while we do our other things. Ain't over till it's over, man. Can Grun come in here? This is choose a creature, not name a creature. So, alright, so if Grun comes in, we might be able to make something happen. It's a 10-10. It's possible that we get to... like, reproach our way out of a big scary block. Oh, yeah, that looks like it's going to happen. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9. No, they're just going to rethink this entirely. Alright, yeah, it's just a single block. That works for me. Okay. Okie dokie. I mean, Kavu is going to be an issue because it comes in with Trample. If Tatiova can just keep missing, and no, it's not missing. It's drawing things worth playing, it looks like. Right, pass. Is Kavu coming in? I feel like Kavu probably does want to come in. Yeah, we can't get around that forever. Yeah. Oh, and him. And that. That one probably no. Yeah, that one I don't think so. All right, so if we traded with him, we definitely want to reproach the Drake. That's the scariest thing that we can't really stop. I don't like that they're getting a pause here. Okay, that was just Compass at work. All right, so I'm going to block Nabin here. Looks like, okay, they're losing creatures quickly. They don't have infinite stuff. Curator's Ward. Okay. Okay. They only have 7 cards left in deck. This is not infinite cards. Alright, if I were to come in with Grun again, they have to chump it again. But they could draw 2 more off of Tatiova by doing that. I think I gotta be alright with that. Yeah, it's probably time for Tatiova to... Oh, no, they want to leave Tatiova intact. All right, Sapherd comes down. Song of Freyalise might have done it again here. Kavu doesn't look like it's going to be enough on its own. They just keep drawing deeper and deeper. Got to see what action it's given them. Come on. Did we get it? Is it possible that we snuck this one out with Song of Freyalise? That would be crazy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 creatures. And they're going to have vigilance. Yeah, so they have to just come in with kind of everybody and force me to block as many things as possible, it feels like. Right? Like, you have to force some amount of blocking to occur here. Okay, past blocks. If I just go Unicorn on Tatiova, that effectively, like, that gains me an effective 5. From what I would take, at least. So, I think it's Unicorn on... No. Unicorn threatens to gain so much if I keep it alive. So, I think it's got to be this on this. Yeah, if you have a trick, then you have a trick. I need enough creatures alive that I can make song happen here. All right, what do you got? Nothing? All right, we gotta hope this is good enough. Did we make it happen here? Do you have a spell to stop me? We're gaining a decent amount of life here, so... Oh! Oh my god! Song of Freyalise! That game was nuts! I can't believe we won that. That was unbelievable. Okay. So, I mean... Whew. I mean, that didn't look winnable at all. Like, we needed them to draw kind of badly. We had to do a number of things right and or luckily, but... I mean, we pulled that one out. So, yeah, not gonna say no to it. Song of Freyalise came at the right time and really delivered. That was a pretty nutty one. All right, gonna try to make this a 7 winner with the Song of Freyalise deck that looked like it might be off the rails a little at the middle, but it just refuses to lose. Man, oh, they had to... I mean, we almost ran them out of deck, but it was getting close enough that we really had to try to turn the tide then and there, and I think we kind of managed it. Okay, well, with a song here, I think this is going to be good, because we can effectively turn elves into white then. Construct doesn't matter. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we're going to be able to hopefully cavalry on 3, and then we can song from there to get some more creatures out. Please don't kill my elf. It would be ideal. Yeah, you don't like to see that. That's fine. We're not facing down a ton of pressure. We have a little time to try and rebuild. I think we just blast out Black Blade Reforged here and accept that we're kind of showing that off. Okay, what are they going to do? Attack for 1. They have a Tragic Poet. Nothing to really do with it yet. All right, well, that's good because that means we're going to get to swarm into Song into Cavalry, and that might just be enough to handle it on its own. Black-White has a lot of plays on 4, so there's probably something good coming here. Cabal Paladin, yeah, that is a play. All right, I think what we're going to do is we're going to let ourselves take another big hit. We're going to get the swarm down and not trade with it because we need it for the mana. Like, it's tempting to try to trade here. I don't think that's going to be the thing that leverages our hand the best. All these Tragic Poets, interesting. All right, so we're going to Spore Swarm. Now we're going to get going. Oh, yeah, that's what we like to see. So we can do this. We can do this, I think. Yeah, that seems the most efficient. Next turn we can get Saproling Migration out. And then we're going to be ready to go with Song of Freyalise. All right, they are not attacking with anything. That is a real blessing to see. Kick that. Play this. And is it as easy as that? This is going to be a huge attack coming in. That's not going to stop me. Yeah. Ugh, yeah. Looks like we got him. All right, let's just send this one up in style here. Boom. Yeah. Well, 7 wins with double Song of Freyalise. We had some lucky draws. We had some powerful opponents, but Ultimately, almost got the diamond. One fewer loss, and we could have made it happen. Okay, well, that was, I mean, if that wasn't like a blessed on screen draft, I don't know what is, because that was a lot of things went our way. And, putting yourself in a position with a deck that things can go your way is an important part of Magic. Like, when you draft cards that can get you out of bad looking situations, then you have more situations that look bad that you get out of. And that's part of why Song of Freyalise is so good. It can, it's good early, it's good middle of the game, and it's good when you're trying to find a way to bust through a pretty clogged up looking board. So, card is awesome. We drafted a pretty dedicated go-wide green-white tokens deck that's cool mythic, to take advantage of it, and it worked. So, that's awesome. You love to see it. So thank you, everybody, for watching that, and maybe I'll have time for, one more of these Dominaria drafts before they end. We only have a little bit longer, but, maybe there will be time for one more. Who knows? Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.